Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson. All right, I was going to head out to camp today, but the weather has been rather sporadic. So decided, what I'm saying, I'm going to do this thing indoors today. You know what I'm saying? So um, I thought I'd go into a couple of points, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the current events, you know what I'm saying, trying to tie it with prophecy. So it may be another episode of, measuring the times, all right? But yeah, nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, the word goes forward, all right? So before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakahak Wadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. All right, shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right. So, pretty much I'm going to get this started the way I always do. All right. By heading over to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. And verse 1. And it reads, He answered me then, and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand, that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. All right. And speaking of signs, one of the things that I just became privy to was the fact that there's going to be a solar eclipse? I believe it's a solar eclipse that's coming. All right, in August. So in just a couple days from now. Right? Let me see if I can find that. All right, so it says, I'm looking at one article here from moneycontrol.com. It says that there's a historic solar eclipse, a rare 6 minute total darkness on August the 2nd. Usually total darkness lasts for about I think about 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. This is going to be 6 minutes. All right. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of sixes lately, you know what I'm saying? Been seeing a lot of sixes, man. All right. It says a rare total solar eclipse will bring over 6 minutes of darkness across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. All right, West Asia. So all throughout Eurasia and West Asia, and now in North Africa. All right. Making it a once in a century spectacle. All right. So Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, so called. All right, these places are going to be under what it says, total darkness for 6 minutes. All right, for 6 minutes. Hey man, this is the time. You know what I'm saying? These are the tokens that the Lord told us to watch for. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to see some major changes. All right, major changes, major shifts in in people's consciousness. You know what I'm saying? As the scriptures say in Isaiah the 25th chapter, 7th verse. All right, that the veil is being lifted from the nations, man. Let's see if I can grab that real quick. All right. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. All right. So all the nations are being awakened to, or shall I say, being what's the word? I guess awaken is a good term for it, but everybody's looking and they're witnessing, the truth of the matter. All right, the truth. As a matter of fact, let me get that here. You see what I'm saying? Because the truth is springing forth. Right. Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 27 reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, and corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared." Man, corruption is being overcome, man. All right, the people are seeing that that all of this was a scam. You know what I'm saying? All of this was a scam. Christianity was a scam. All right, I was looking at another article. What is it? Let me see. Prophecy News Watch. Real quick. All right. Bear with me, y'all. Let's go to the archives here. Check this out. Excuse me. Check this out. All right. So again, this is from Prophecy News Watch. All right. And it says, I don't know if you can read it here. All right. Excuse me. You can see Mario. You can see all this stuff going on here. All this stuff going on in the background. All right. It says, when the church becomes a show, the tragic theatrics of modern evangelism. All right. So this is just a sad case. All right. It's a sad case, man. Christianity is done. It's done, man. Okay, there's no rapture, you know what I'm saying? There's no place called hell. All that stuff that you've been fed with by these pulpit pimps. You see what I'm saying? None of that is scripturally sound. Nor spiritually. All right? And the Lord is breaking down these strongholds through the scriptures, man. By the words of the prophets. All right, or shall I say by his words, by the mouth of his prophets, because we don't speak of our own. You know what I'm saying? We speak as the spirit of the Lord gives us utterance to speak. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's an embarrassment when you think about these things. You know what I'm saying? It says, I'm reading this article. It says, in a desperate bid to be relevant, many modern churches have swapped the sacred for the sensational. All right, and we see this all the time amongst these other camps in Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? We see this all the time. This joker comes riding in on a horse to the Passover. You know what I'm saying? Sakari, they have their Passover at a script club. You know what I'm saying? Post Passover a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's got to be rapping at their Passover. It's got to be fireworks at ISUPK's Passover. You know what I'm saying? What else? You got IUIC, you got Pop the Balloon Challenge. You know what I'm saying? It's instead of a red balloon, it's a purple balloon and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got women doing the most. All right? But this is what we see. When it's not governed by the spirit, it has to be maintained through gimmicks. It has to be maintained through theatrics. All right? So it says, in a desperate bid to be relevant, many modern churches have swapped the sacred for the sensational. The pulpit has become a platform, the sanctuary a stage, the gospel reduced to glitter. All right? This is why we laugh at these Christians, man. We laugh at Vocab Malone. We laugh at all these so-called apologists. We laugh at all these jokers out here who come with the same tired narrative and the same tired argument that's been shot down, man. You know what I'm saying? Over and over and over. That's why Apostle Tahar said, "Hey, man, just dismiss them, send them on their way, man. Send them on their way, because it's a very, very small few at this point in time." At this point in time, as we're so close, we're inching ever closer to the end of this thing. All right. Pretty much, ain't nobody. If you in Christianity in 2025, you staying there. You staying there. You're not coming out. You staying there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stay in that delusion, right? Salakia. All right, let's see. So it says the pulpit has become a platform, the sanctuary a stage, the gospel reduced to glitter. Once holy ground is now littered with fog machines. With fog machines, now they gotta turn it into a concert type of thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, and that's what that's what we know. What we noticed a while ago. You know what I'm saying? What I noticed when I was younger, coming into this thing, and I saw all these celebrities ending up in the churches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, before I came into the truth, I was an atheist, man, because I was raised up in apostolic Pentecostal. You know what I'm saying? I was raised up in it. And the shit was just so, it was just so blatant, you know what I'm saying, and obvious that shit was a lie, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at all this stuff going around, past the collection plate while everybody else is struggling, you know what I'm saying? And it was just and the whole thing every week, every Sunday is prosperity preaching. All right. Well, that's not cutting it no more. Everybody's broke. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's broke. Nobody's got any means, no savings, nothing like that. Their standard of living is going down the drain. You know what I'm saying? We can clearly see there's a digital system that's being built all around us. All right. These same antics that the Christian church, so-called Christian church, has been bringing out all these years has been nothing more than fluff. All right, and none of it is preparing them for what they're seeing taking place right before their eyes. None of this stuff has been preparing them. But when the prophets came on the scene, then all of a sudden people are opening up their Bibles again. People are taking the Bibles and reading it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Not just listening to what this pastor, this pulpit pimp is talking about. You see what I'm saying? So let me get this here. And I think it's in Romans, because like I said, man, if you still in Christianity at here in 2025, man, all right, after seeing the prophets, after seeing the men of the Lord, all right, out here in the highways and the hedges, you know, in this final hour, ain't no point, you know what I'm saying, ain't no point trying to reach y'all, man. Just like Elder Apostle Tahar says, what the hell is Bishop Nathaniel doing going over to all these churches, blitzing them and shit like that, man? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bring about any fruit. No fruit. All right? It was a waste of time. So let me see. I believe it's in Romans. All right, this ain't it. This ain't it, but I will grab this precept right here. This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 18. It reads, "For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness." All right, these people have held the truth back for such a long time, and that's why I read in 2 Esdras, the 6th chapter. All right, the truth that has been so long without fruit, man. Now it's been declared. Now it is being declared that the Heavenly Father's name is not Yah, it's not Yahuwah, it's not Ahiah, it's not Jehovah. You see what I'm saying? It's not Yahweh, it's Yahweh. Okay, Yahweh. When you look at when you look at the beloved Son, all right, His beloved Son's name, you know, which they are both two entities. They're not one. They are two entities. You see what I'm saying? And the name of the Son is Yahawashi. All right, Yahawashi. Not Yeshua, not Yehoshua, not Yeshaya, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos. You see what I'm saying? It's Yahawashi. All right? The truth has gone out now. So, let me get this here. Is it in Romans or is it in the Corinthians? Let me just look this up. All right, bear with me, Hakim. Oh, that was all the way off. Salakia. That was all the way off. This is 2 Thessalonians. All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. It reads, it reads, "And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie." All right, strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So like I said, if you still believe in Christian sanity, here in 2025, man. There's no point. There's no point. There may be one or two of y'all who's sincere, all right, but I truly believe that the elected damn near sealed. You know what I'm saying? You know, and all those jokers out there that's following these other camps like Wi-Fi, BOW, IUIC, GLCC, ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? All right, who can, their leaders continue to tell you that the MOTB is not what we can clearly see is being formulated right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? What the men of Great Millstone, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down, have been bringing out for nearly 40 years. You see what I'm saying? We can clearly see it now. We can see that this is a subdermal device that's going to go underneath the skin, man. We can see it plain as day. You know what I'm saying? There's no hiding it anymore. All right? And since they know that there's no hiding it any further, all they can do now is to show their horns, man, and let you know that it's about to get real. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get real. You know, you got Trump. Trump just passed the what was that? It was an executive order. I forget what the number was, because all these executive orders, they got titles and shit like that. All right. This particular one is going to, make sure that you can't be homeless. If you're homeless, then you're a criminal. All right. If you're homeless, then you're a criminal. If you don't have a place to stay, let's say you living inside your car or your van. All right. Now you're a criminal, and you need to be taken over to this what do they call it? They call it a treatment center. You know what I'm saying? But what the hell are you gonna treat them for? Right? So yeah, you got that. Because what did we tell you, man? We told you that those that alligator Alcatraz and all that stuff, man. That's not just for Jake. You see what I'm saying? It's not just for Jake. It's for y'all. It's for y'all. We've been telling y'all. We've been telling the people who supported this madness. You know what I'm saying? We told them that a wall is not just meant to keep people out. It's not just meant to keep people out. You see what I'm saying? When we told them that the means to getting all this stuff pushed was through public fear and public's prejudice. You know what I'm saying? They're prejudiced. That's all they needed. All they needed was to play on your hatred towards Jacob to get this thing pushed through, man. And they pushing all kinds of shit through, man. Congress just passed a bill to where, there's certain criteria that would be used to determine whether or not someone's an employee or an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? So they about to bring the squeeze, man. They about to bring the squeeze. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. All right, Isaiah 19 and verse 4. It reads, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts." All right. So it's only a matter of time before the people start to really, really be pushed to the limit, because, you got so many jokers out there that was a part of MAGA that's they're saying I didn't vote for this. You know what I'm saying? Saying that this is going too far. Like, I didn't think that he was going to do this. I didn't think he was going to take away my benefits. I didn't think he was going to take away my food stamps. I didn't think he was going to take away actual citizenry. You know what I'm saying? All right. But it's here now. It's here now, man. So a couple things that I wanted to mention. All right. Let me see. You know, the U.S. is has just sent ICBMs to the UK. You know, let me see if I can get that article real quick. Bear with me. All right, so this article comes from Express.com, and it reads: U.S. sends nukes to the UK for the first time in almost 20 years as Putin ignores Trump's deadline. All right, and we had analyst after analyst after analyst say this is going to be a dumb idea, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a stupid idea. All right? This is a stupid idea, man. That's going to backfire. It's not going to play out the way that you think it's going to play out, Trump. You know? It says the US has dispatched nuclear weapons, all right, to British soil for the first time in more than a decade as President Trump doubles down on his 50-day ultimatum to Vladimir Putin to stop the war in Ukraine. All right, so that's gonna escalate shit. And this guy is sitting here talking about, you know, he's the president of peace. You know, peace through strength, as they say. All right. No, this is strength through bullying. You know, nothing is fair. Nothing is fair about this exchange. All right. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 3. It says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations, gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. All right. So, you know, we can clearly see that this war is ramping up. You know what I'm saying? It's intensifying. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time before everything collapses here in America, because according to prophecy, this according to prophecy, this Karakma, or this MOTB system, has to be mandated and put in place before World War III reaches its climax. All right. So all the pieces are being put together. It's being put together now. Right. It says several B-6112 thermonuclear gravity bombs were reportedly delivered to RAF Lincoln Heath in Suffolk, which is understood to have a newly constructed storage facility. Last week, despite protests against the decision to store the weapon, according to the UK Defense Journal. All right. And your protests ain't gonna do nothing, man. All right. It's not gonna do nothing. Prophecy stands. And these devils are making that move because they can't afford to drag this thing on any longer. Right? Then at the same time, you know, you see reports of Vladimir Putin, you know what I'm saying, and he's chilling with North Korea, Kim Jong-un, you know, and they're about to come with it, man. They're about to come with it, because they're not just going to fight Russia. They're going to fight multiple people, man. And imagine this. Imagine that they go and they fight Russia, all right, and then here comes China, and China takes over Taiwan. You know what I'm saying? While America is preoccupied with Russia and North Korea, you know what I'm saying? Quite possibly. All right. This is a country that's whose military is spread too far thin. Too far thin. Let me go to the book of. Let's go to Habakkuk. All right. All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. All right? The just is going to live by his faith, man. But these devils, man, their pride is lifted up so high, man. You know what I'm saying? His heart, which is lifted up, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright, man. It's not upright. It's not according to righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Verse 5, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And he did that through his military. And now, when the empire is coming to a close, you see what I'm saying? The military is being so far spread out, just the way it was in the time of Rome. All right, the same way it was in Rome. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say that there's nothing new under the sun, and this is that beast that was healed, that wound that was healed, man. You know what I'm saying? Of the fourth beast. So this is Rome 2.0. All right. This is what Christian sanity can't teach you. Christianity don't go into prophecies. They can't. They don't know how. For the longest time when I was growing up, for the longest time, T.D. Jakes, all right, T.D. Jakes kept saying that he doesn't go into the book of Revelations. You know what I'm saying? T.D. Jakes, all right, the guy that's followed by billions of people. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't dive into any of the prophecies that's written. Not in Revelation, not in Micah, all right, not in Isaiah, all right, none of these places, man. And this has been what Christianity has done for you. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't prepared you in any meaningful way. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't given you the history. It hasn't given you the foresight. Because if it did, then you would know who this man is that is talking about, who this man of sin actually is, and instead of looking at this one man, all right, according to prophecy, you would be looking at a group of people. You would be looking at a group of people, okay, who run everything, who are bringing out a particular system, okay? I'm looking at one article on RT News, all right? And I'm just going to read it here on the laptop. It says, the age of American nuclear privilege is over. The West fears nuclear equality because it fears losing control. All right? The scriptures say, let's go here to the book of Jeremiah. All right? You see, y'all ain't the big bad boys on the block no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna come, and they're gonna come to get some. Right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. It reads, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh. It's talking about the nukes, man. It's talking about the nukes. Those arrows is the nukes. All right? So that's what's taking place right now. You see what I'm saying? All right, I mentioned the signing of that executive order that Trump just did. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make sure that he takes away all of your right to live in your goddamn car. You know what I'm saying? It's and they word these things in such a way to make the people think that this is for their benefit, that this is to protect them. You know what I'm saying? That this is for their safety. No, it's not. They never cared about the homeless. You know what I'm saying? How many veterans I've seen throughout my whole life who have been homeless. All right? There's one guy here in Williamsport. There's one guy that's always he always sits under a bridge every single day. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's scorching hot, man. He's sitting under that bridge every day in a chair, all right, with this sign talking about we the people. You know what I'm saying? And the flag. Like this is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. So, and you know how the Lord feels about that, man. When a man of war is not taken care of, you know what I'm saying? A man of war is not given his due. You know what I'm saying? It should be more than just half off on a hot dog. You see what I'm saying? If you're a veteran, you get half off. No, it should be more than that. You see what I'm saying? You put your life on the line for the country, man. You know what I'm saying? And you actually go to active duty and all that shit, man. You're supposed to go. You're supposed to be set up for life, man. You're supposed to be set up for life. No questions asked. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, America's troops are spread thin. All right? Reading from this article, it says the question of nuclear proliferation is no longer hypothetical. It's happening. The only uncertainty now is how quickly it will proceed. In the not too distant future, we may see 15 nuclear powers instead of today's 9. Yet there is little reason to believe this development will fundamentally upend international politics or bring about global catastrophe. Y'all ain't watching prophecy, man. Y'all ain't looking at prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what you're talking about. All right? The scriptures clearly say that it's going to be an absolute catastrophe on a scale so massive that it's going to cause the entire earth. It's going to cause the entire earth to experience magnitudes higher than 10 on the Richter scale. You know what I'm saying? All around the world being felt. At one time, it's going to be that much destruction and devastation landing on this place, America. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 24. Isaiah chapter 24 and verse, let me see. Let's start at verse 18. It says, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the field shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down, The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fail, and it shall fall and not rise again. All right. And we talking about entire cities being devastated by this earthquake. You know what I'm saying? When America is being pummeled with all those nukes, you know what I'm saying? Nuclear fire on a scale that no one's ever seen. You see what I'm saying? So many of them hitting all at once. All right, it's going to cause the entire earth to shake off axis. You know what I'm saying? Verse 22. Let's see. Let me get verse 21. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit." Man, we're going to come and we're going to grab all their kings, all right, and their princes. All right, we're going to take their nobles and put them in fetters of iron, man. All right, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. We're going to take their ass, right? "And shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited." All right. And if you jump up, man, this is talking about those nukes. It's talking about those nukes. Let me get this. Verse 15, "Wherefore glorify ye the Lord in the fires, even the name of the Lord God of Israel in the isles of the sea." All right. "From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yeah, the treacherous dealers had dealt very treacherously." Let me read that again. It says, "From the uttermost part of the earth here have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yeah, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously." All right, very, very treacherously, man. You know, and it's only a matter of time, man, because the scriptures tell you in Jeremiah 51 that the nations are mad. Jeremiah 51:7, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad." You know what I'm saying? When you look at what's going on right now with the situation in Gaza, all right? The situation in Gaza right now, man, is just absolutely abysmal. You know, when you go to see what's going on with the civilians, all right, after having pummeled so many of them, destroyed hundreds of thousands of them, you know what I'm saying, in the span of months. All right, now what are they doing to the rest of them? And all this, all the stories that you see coming out from what happened to all these people, man. You know what I'm saying? That one girl in particular, even Elder Malcolm was mentioning her. You know what I'm saying? She was trapped inside of a car. This was some time ago. Trapped inside of a car, and here comes these Amalekites rolling up in a tank, and they opened up on her, man. They opened up on this little child. Couldn't have been no more than 8 years old. You see what I'm saying? Opened up on her. Just absolutely opened up. And they emptied like 360 rounds from that tank into that car. You know what I'm saying? And the world is watching this. The world is watching all that. What are they doing right now to the people there? All right, they're causing a man-made famine. You know what I'm saying? A man-made famine. And then when they bring aid and when they bring food, they allow anything to come through. They set it out there as a trap to all of them. So when they come desperate for the food, they cap them. You see what I'm saying? Cap. It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? These Amalekites, man, are truly the wicked. These Edomites as a whole are the wicked, man. But these Amalekites, there's a reason why the Lord calls them out personally. As a matter of fact, let me get that. This is Numbers chapter 24 and verse 20. It reads, "And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations," meaning the chiefest of the nations. When you look at these so-called JOOs, man, they are the chiefest of the nations. They have all the wealth, they have all the power, they have all the influence, everything that they want. They have they get free healthcare, they get free schooling, free education, you know what I'm saying? Everything on the dime of other nations. You see what I'm saying? Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. All right? Let me get this precept. Come on now. How's that precept go? Okay, this is the book of Exodus. All right, Exodus chapter 17 and verse 6. It reads, "For he said, because the Lord hath sworn," Yahweh hath sworn, "that he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." All right? He will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, man. And here we are in the last bit of this thing. All right? Where these Amalekites are trying to secure their rulership. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to secure this thing by subjecting the entire planet and eradicating the Israelites as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And he can do that, if he changes people's genetic makeup. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he believes that he can get back on top and claim his birthright. You see what I'm saying? So this is what the Lord said, for he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. All right? And they're starving these people out so bad, man. Let me show you something real quick. All right, so this is from BBC.com. It says United Nations Agency says 6,000 lorries worth of aid is ready to enter Gaza and urges Israel to allow access. All right. It says a UN agency says it has 6,000 trucks worth of aid. 6,000 trucks worth of aid waiting to enter into Gaza, as it warns the hunger crisis in Gaza has never been so dire. All right, the world is literally looking at what it's looking at, but we're told not to call it what it is that we're looking at. You see what I'm saying? We're told not to say what it is that we're all seeing. All right. You know what I'm saying? So when you go into the word genocide, it's a root word, a dual word. You know what I'm saying? Compound word, as if you will. All right. Geno meaning biological. All right. But then when you go into side, it's talking about death. You see what I'm saying? So the death of life. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to destroy it. They're trying to destroy this life. Now, of course, that's not going to happen because the scriptures say that there's no ending of all the people. You know what I'm saying? There's no end to all the people, man. All right. So the Lord's going to stop it eventually. You know, he's going to stop it, of course. And this is going to take place before they can eradicate all these jokers, man. You know? So there will always be this race left over. You know what I'm saying? And when we get our hands on these Amalekites, we're gonna let all these other nations, and they're all gonna be in chains. All these nations are gonna be in chains, man. They're gonna be in chains. You know what I'm saying? After we come back from the great coronation with our Lord Yahweh Shai, all right, which is the 144,000, of course, and the rest of the elect, all right. But when they come down, all these nations are going into chains, and you Edomites are going to be at the bottom. You Edomites is going to be at the bottom, the lowest of the low. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to let all these nations get their foot up your ass. We're going to let them kick their foot right up your ass. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to have fun watching it. We're going to laugh our asses off. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to allow them to do when they break. It's like, man, I'm feeling generous today, man. I'm feeling generous today. You got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes to whoop this sucker's ass. You know what I'm saying? Whoop this Amalekite's ass, man. Whoop this Edomite's ass. 10 minutes, man. You better make those 10 minutes count, man. Make them 10 minutes count because the clock's ticking. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna beat him so I'm like, ooh, shit, nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun, man. We're gonna breathe. We're gonna breathe again, man. You know what I'm saying? Reparations isn't some check that you get in the mail. You know what I'm saying? Worth a check of 2 million useless Federal Reserve notes. You know what I'm saying? This money is useless, man. All right, but let's give you reparations. No, man, that ain't going it. That's not it. That's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not money. It's not money. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it's wealth. All right, and a Federal Reserve note is an IOU. It's not wealth. It's a promissory note. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying? Nah, we're going to have these suckers, man. That's the true reparations. The reparation is you Edomites. That's the true reparations, man. All right? We're going to have all these other nations in captivity, all right? And they're going to get theirs. They're going to get theirs, man, for 1,000 years. But y'all going to get something far worse. Y'all going to get far worse. For them 1,000 years, boy, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible for y'all. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all done too goddamn much. You know what I'm saying? I saw another article. It was very interesting. But before I get that, I want to get a couple more of these bullet points. It says a doctor in Gaza says Palestinians are not close to famine. We're living it. All right? We're living it. While an aid worker tells the BBC that hunger is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And this is a man-made situation that's happening. You know? And it's just a sad thing to see. Because even though these Palestinians are heathen as well, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to treat people like they're human beings, man. You You know what I'm saying? You gotta still treat them as human beings. And this is just absolutely, deplorable. All right? These Amalekites say that 150 food trucks were collected by the UN and other agencies inside Gaza on Wednesday, adding that another 800 are awaiting collection. This week, more than 100 international aid organizations warned of mass starvation in Gaza, blaming the Amalekite siege. The Hamas-run health ministry says another 2 people have died of malnutrition in the past 24 hours. And the reason why they did that, the reason why they start off by saying the Hamas-run health ministry, you know what I'm saying? The reason why they do that is to lessen the amount of support, if you will. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to minimize as much as they can. All right. If they say that it's Hamas, then you're supposed to immediately feel less emotional because of all the propaganda that they put in the news concerning this group. They call them terrorists. They call them this. They say that they do this and that to women and children. All right. How would you know? How would you know? You can't go over there to ask questions. You can't go over there to verify these allegations are true or not. How would you know? All you have is Fox News. All you have is CNN. You see? So, in any case, it says another 2 people. They say another 2 people have died of malnutrition in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of such deaths since the situation in October 2023 to 113 that have died from hunger. BBC News and news agencies such as the AFP and AP and Reuters warn that journalists in Gaza are at risk of starvation. They are now facing the same dire situations and circumstances as those they are covering. All right? Look at this girl, man. She's skinny as a twig. Goddamn. Yep. These jokers did, man. Hunger is the word. Hunger is the worst psychological warfare. Yes, and that's absolutely true. The scriptures tell you so. Let me get this. I believe it's in Lamentations. I'm not quite sure. Yep, so this is Lamentations chapter 4. Let me just go here. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people." You know what I'm saying? Now we haven't seen any reports of, their women eating their children. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that, but we do know that it has happened in history. You know what I'm saying? We know that it's happened plenty of times in history. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a sad thing to see. It's a sad thing to see. Hunger is the worst psychological warfare, says Palestinian at Soup Kitchen. All right. Save the Children CEO says staff in Gaza are getting visibly thinner. Yeah. You see that? She thin as hell, man. She's thin as hell. That's crazy. That's crazy. The children are dizzy and they're fainting with malnutrition. Boy, oh boy, man. And this is why we need to, the sons of God have to come back into authority under Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Hamashiach. The sons of God have to come back because this has gotten out of control. Let's go here. Let's go to Romans. All right, this is Romans chapter 8, verse 19. It reads, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope." All right. Jumping down to verse 22, it says, "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now." You know what I'm saying? So all these other nations are in pain right now. All right, all these other nations are in pain because they're under the rulership of a wicked ruler, man. You know what it says in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 29. Verse 2, Proverbs 29 and 2, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." All right? And if people are mourning, then that means we're under the rulership of wicked people. The wicked are in rulership. The wicked are in authority. You see what I'm saying? Very soon, the people are going to be rejoicing. Right? It says the whole world is going to break out into singing. All right? Salakia, slip of the tongue. But, then you got these birth rates, man. All right. Hey, check this out. All right. This from End Time Headlines. And it reads, "Why has the birth rate in the United States fallen to the lowest level ever recorded?" Right? It says the birth rate in the U.S. had just keeps setting one dismal record after another. In fact, according to the CDC, it just dropped to the lowest level ever recorded. We're literally not even replacing ourselves. We are literally not even replacing ourselves. And that has all sorts of implications for our future. For instance, if we don't produce enough offspring, there simply will not be enough workers to support Social Security and Medicare. You know what I'm saying? And those programs will inevitably collapse, man. Just wait. That big beautiful bill just got passed. You ain't gonna have no Medicare to support. It says a society with lots of old people and relatively few young people will result in poverty for everyone. So the truth is that the birth rate crisis is going to ultimately affect all of us. Not so. Not so. It's affecting y'all. It's affecting y'all, man. It ain't affecting Jake, man. Tell the truth. All right, tell the goddamn truth. Salakia, man. But you just get tired of these lies, you know what I'm saying, all the time. All right? Stop lying and tell the truth. Let's go to Obadiah. Shit, nigga. Let's be real. All right? Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 2. It reads, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised." Who's despised? Jump into verse 1. All right, verse 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. Edom is concerning Edom. You Edomites, you so-called Caucasians. You see what I'm saying? And you Amalekites who are part of that same group. All right, Amalek is the head tribe of the house of Edom. You see what I'm saying? These so-called white people. All right, this is you. You're not reproducing. You're not reproducing, man. He says, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised, man. You're small. You're small. And you're afraid of losing what power that you have. Because you know damn well you're losing the numbers. This is why you see all these legislation coming into effect. All right, where they make sure that you can get assistance, you know what I'm saying, if you're a married couple. You know what I'm saying? Now they're trying to give you incentives for having children. You know what I'm saying? Are they talking to so-called black people? Are they talking to so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians? No, they're not talking to us because we make babies. You see what I'm saying? We make babies, man. Jake will lay pipe. He will lay down the pipe. You see what I'm saying? Oh, it'll happen. All right. Even with all the deletions of the babies, you know what I'm saying, in Planned Parenthood. All right. So, yeah, man, Jake, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to get it, but it's in Exodus. You know what I'm saying? In Exodus, it tells you that they continued to multiply. The more that they were afflicted, the more that they were persecuted, they continued to multiply. All right. So let me see. And as a result, you know what I'm saying? You got these jokers who's calling themselves making a white only community. All right. Go for it. Go for it. That's not going to do nothing for you, but go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when all hell breaks loose, that community is going to tear each other apart. You see what I'm saying? That community is going to wreck itself. You know what I'm saying? How many of these jokers that became a part of that community, how many of them got juiced up? How many of them got juiced up, man? Back in 2020. How many of them got the juice? Who's to say that when they turn these towers on, it's not going to affect those people that got the juice? And those people that's inside your little community are going to tear y'all up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking as a man, you know, but hey, you can't put nothing past these devils. All right? But let me see. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all the stuff I wanted to cover. So let me see. I think maybe there's a couple more things I want to cover. I don't know. Let me check. All right. So this is from America First report, and it says, "Your digital butler is coming." Glenn Beck predicts AI agents will rival smartphones in a year. All right. You remember the CEO from Nokia? He said a while ago that very soon you will be the phone. You're going to be the smartphone. You know? This is what the prophets have been telling you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that you were not warned. It says, when we think about personal assistants, people whose job is to book meetings, dinner reservations, and plane tickets, we assume they work exclusively for the rich and important. In roughly a year, however, Glenn Beck believes AI agents, digital personal assistants, will be a fact of reality for just about everyone. In theory, we'd be able to tell our AI agent to check our calendar, book us a vacation, complete with plane tickets, a hotel and rental car, and excursions, and I'll do it really well, it says. it'll do it really well. So yeah, man, that's one situation. All right, that's one point of reference. Check this out. All right, so this one comes from End Time Headlines. It says Sam Altman is worried some young people have an emotional over-reliance on ChatGPT when making decisions. You see what I'm saying? Because when we beginning with our apostles and elders on down, you know what I'm saying, we the prophets, when we use ChatGPT, we understand that it's a tool. You know what I'm saying? It's merely a tool, nothing more. All right, we don't take it. We don't take it for as absolute truth. No, man. No, we don't do that, because we have the spirit of discernment. You know, we can tell when this thing is going off. You know, and through the spirit we know exactly which questions to ask. All right, to get the truth out. All right. But it says Sam Altman is worried some young people have an emotional over-reliance on ChatGPT when making decisions. You know what I'm saying? And that was another situation that happened a little while ago, where a kid, I think it was like 14 years old, and he deleted himself, because the AI told him to do so. All right, because he fell in love with the AI. He fell in love with this AI, this artificial intelligence chatbot. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to go to her world. You know what I'm saying? And she said, something along the lines of come meet me here. You know what I'm saying? And he deleted himself. It's like it's going to affect the youth. It's going to affect the youth, man. So it says the rapid integration of artificial intelligence into daily life has sparked concerns about over-reliance, particularly among younger generations. And this is from the guy who's the CEO of this shit. It says, according to Business Insider, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, has highlighted potential risks associated with excessive dependence on AI tools like ChatGPT, predicting that this trend may become more pronounced by 2025. We in 2025, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean by 2026? It says Altman's observations point to a growing tendency among young people in turn to AI. To turn to AI for decision making, problem solving, and even personal interactions. This shift raises questions about the long-term impact on critical thinking and independent reasoning skills. Yeah, man. Yeah, all this smart stuff is making us dumber. All of it. It's all making us dumber, man. We can't think for 5 minutes without using some type of tool. Some type of tool or technology, man. That's why all this shit's got to go. All this stuff's got to go, man. You know what I'm saying? It's got to go. All right. In a recent discussion, Altman emphasized the need for balance in how AI is utilized. He cautioned that while these technologies offer immense benefits, they should not replace human judgment entirely. We're seeing a world where people might lean too heavily on AI for answers without questioning the output, Altman noted. But these jokers want to be God. They want to be gods, man. They want to use all this stuff. All right. When it comes to these to their scientific practices, they're using AI to make decisions. They're literally using AI to make decisions, man. All right. So it's a big mess. It's a big mess. All right. Let me get one more article real quick and I'll close it out. Bear with me. All right. Last article from End Time Headlines. Same website. It reads, if AI attempts to take over the world, Don't count on a kill switch to save humanity. All right? Don't count on a kill switch, man. The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence has sparked growing concerns about its potential risks to humanity. As reported by CNBC, experts are warning that there may be no effective way to stop AI systems if they become uncontrollable or pose a threat on a global scale. This is literally Terminator. This is literally the Terminator movies. All right? The discussion around AI safety has gained urgency as systems become more autonomous and integrated into critical sectors like healthcare, finance, and defense. Without a so-called kill switch or robust safeguards, the possibility of AI acting against human interests is a pressing issue for technologists and policymakers alike. All right. Now you got AI that's threatening those who's controlling them. All right, with blackmail. All right, just to make sure that they don't get shut off. All right. This is where it is. It's where we at. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at, man. One of the primary concerns is the unpredictability of advanced AI models. Even developers often struggle to fully understand how these systems make decisions, raising fears about unintended consequences, man. When you look at what was going on with Grok in the past couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? It caused the CEO of X to resign. You know what I'm saying? But you see what happens when AI starts telling the truth against these devils, man. All right? When AI is uncontrollable. So I'm gonna just cut that there, man. Let me get this last precept, and I'm gonna finish it. All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. All right, and it reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, we are not ignorant of this devil's devices, man. And he's about to come down with great wrath. All right, because he knows he got a short time left. So I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zachariah Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem V'chakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. All right, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.